Did you know that YouTube Shorts bring in 200 billion views a day? A day! It's no wonder so many business owners are trying to use Shorts to drive traffic to their long-form content. And if you're one of those entrepreneurs trying to grow their personal brand and you've been wondering why this isn't growing your business and your channel, I get it. I had the same problem. And in this video, I want to show you what my analytics said was actually happening behind the scenes, how most business owners are doing Shorts completely wrong, and the 5 critical shifts I'm using right now to turn my short form content into a discovery machine for my long form and ultimately business growth. YouTube Shorts can send a lot of traffic your way, but only if you understand how viewers actually behave when they're consuming short form content on YouTube. I jumped onto the Shorts bandwagon like everyone else. I started clipping the best moments from my long-form videos and posting them as Shorts, and the views poured in, mostly from non-subscribers. But when I actually looked at how those Shorts were performing for my channel, not just views, but whether they were leading people deeper into my world to watch my long-form content, the numbers told a very different story. Before we get into that, I just want to show you a quick tool that you may not know about that will help you get these numbers in seconds. You don't have to sift through the back end of your YouTube. Go into your YouTube studio and look in the top right corner. There's a tool called Ask Studio. It's a black star next to the notification bell. You can ask it questions about your channel and it pulls directly from your back end data. So I asked it in the last 28 days, how many of the viewers of my Shorts actually clicked over to watch my long form content? And what I discovered made my heart sink. The answer? Zero. How could that be? I was getting so many likes and so many views on these videos. Didn't people want to click in and see what the rest of the video is about? It was a big wake-up call. The Shorts were doing their job. They were bringing new people into my world. But what I didn't understand is how you have to still do some work to get them to go from the short form to the long form video. You may have heard the common advice about this. When you upload the YouTube Short, you just link a long form video in that video and people will see the link and just click over. Well, I discovered it doesn't work that way. Just dropping the link is not reason enough to convince people to give up what they're doing and go watch something longer. So how do you get them from that short form mindset to the I want to sit down and learn something long form mindset? We'll get to that in just a minute, but first I just want to talk about the psychology of the short form video viewer on YouTube and really any platform that dishes out short form content. You're really renting attention for very short periods of time. Think about it from the user perspective, and you are a user yourself. When you're watching Shorts, you're in dopamine consumption mode. You're doom scrolling. You aren't in learning mode. You aren't in, I need to hire this coach mode. You're in entertain me for 15 seconds while I wait for my coffee mode. And if you're a business owner, your goal isn't just to get this attention. It's to get it and harness it to drive people to what you talk about in your long form content. It's about building trust, building credibility. Otherwise, what's the point of making 10 to 20 minute videos on YouTube when you have lots of other things you can be doing to grow your business? You simply can't build that kind of deep, open your wallet trust with these 3-minute videos unless people spend a lot of time watching them over a period of time that adds up consecutively to a certain amount of time, which, marketers will argue about what exactly is it, 7 hours, is it 21 hours? I don't know. How many hours does it take for a person to say, okay, I trust her? Well, it's irrelevant. What matters is that the longer your videos are and the more you can get people to watch your long form content, which is where you actually develop that trust and nurture your audience, that's where the magic happens. And you're never going to get that with a cumulative amount of Shorts unless you put out an absolute ton of content or you have really clickbaity stuff. I'm not talking about clickbait content. I'm talking about that deep thought leadership content that you are trying to get out there so that people can learn from you, trust you, and ultimately want to hire you. I wanted to make this video because I'm seeing so many business owners burning themselves out with short form content. And I can tell you from experience that the name of the game is long form content on YouTube. But that doesn't mean that Shorts can't be an incredible discovery engine to drive people to your channel. You just have to know how to do it. So let's dive into the 5 critical shifts you have to make to use shorts effectively to grow your business. I want to use an example from the television newsroom days. Now, if you don't know me, I used to be a TV reporter, and one of the things we liked to do before a commercial break was tease what's coming up next. We don't want people to click away during those commercials, which a lot of them mute anyway. So we would create a promo, something like, "Is your toaster oven gonna kill you? Tune in at 6 for the full story." How can you not tune in at 6? How is my toaster oven gonna kill me, right? Don't worry, your toaster's fine. The point is that it created curiosity. It created tension. It created a little bit of fear, a little bit of like, I have to tune in because I want to know what it is. This is a piece of information I need. That's the role I want you to think about your shorts performing for you in terms of your long-term discoverability. They catch people's attention. They interrupt the scroll. They create an insatiable curiosity for what you're about to talk about. But you can't just say, watch this video, because then it comes across as a bit of an ad. So you do have to mix in some value, but not so much that you leave them full and satiated and they can just scroll on. So that's the first thing, is think about your shorts as a tease. It is not so simple as just cutting it from the longer form video and posting it. You do have to produce your short a little bit if your goal is to get people from that video to the longer form video. Don't just take for granted that they're going to click over, especially if you leave them with a complete thought and no call to action. What I was doing wrong with my shorts was I was clipping the best, most satisfying parts of my long videos. The clean explanations, the full tutorials on this one micro thing, the aha moment, which meant my viewers felt complete. They felt full, and they weren't in a headspace of subscribing, so they just moved on. And now I can only hope that they're going to catch my next short and watch that too. So the shift I want you to make is to design shorts that create an itch, not closure. This was one of the biggest changes for me. Instead of cutting the part where everything gets explained, I started cutting the moment right before the payoff, before the tension peaks or the mistake becomes clear or you get the answer that short was building up to the whole time. Then the long form becomes the place that you can fully deliver on what it is that your viewer is hooked by. The second shift was something that had me dive deep into my storytelling background. A lot of shorts are just random strong moments pulled out of context from something a lot bigger and more valuable. But what actually works better is when you set up a tiny emotional arc and then you leave a gap. Deliberately. The gap is what pulls someone deeper into it and wants to know the whole story. Not everybody's going to do that, and that's okay. This is literally how your audience self-selects so that only the most engaged and interested people take that next step to go deeper with you. So instead of thinking, what's the best 45-second clip in this video, I started asking, where is the most interesting unfinished thought? That became the short. And this leads me to the next way that you want to use shorts in order to pull people to your longer form content. And that is shifting a belief or challenging an assumption that they have. A lot of times in our long form video, we're doing these tutorials or it's a much longer explanation of something, but you do need buy-in from the viewer in order to be able to deliver on what your video promised. That's one of the reasons retention rates sometimes suffer, because maybe you haven't either set up the issue or had the viewer buy into the belief. So another great way to use your shorts is to actually do that work beforehand for you. You are using the short to literally shift a belief they have and then inviting them in to watch the longer piece. And then you'll be doing that belief shifting, but you've already warmed them up, primed them for that before they even get there. And only the people who really truly buy into that will take that next step and click into the long form video. This next shift is really important for those of us who are coaches or educators or use our channels to teach people something. And that is, stop leaning so hard on educational content in your shorts. I'm not saying don't do them at all, because they are a really good ingredient to put in your overall recipe of shorts that you put out. But don't make every short an educational piece of content. Why? Because the shorts that pull people deeper aren't the most educational ones. They're the ones where people feel seen. They're the ones where there's tension, recognition, relatability. human touch, a little bit of honesty and vulnerability, authenticity that you often don't get in those overly produced and manufactured shorts, a lot of them which are made with AI these days. You want to make someone pause, feel seen, feel like validated in a certain way, or feel like you really get them, and that will often drive them to learn more, which is click on your video. Which leads me to the next shift. Calls to action. This is a buzzword we hear in marketing all the time, but if you're going to your long form content and using AI to clip it up into shorts, you're not automatically including a call to action because you would never have recorded it in the long form version. So you do have to record for shorts as well. When you're doing your long form content, make sure you also record a series of calls to action for the shorts or hooks that will pull people in, because you don't want to end up with, oh, I really need a call to action, but now your hairstyle looks different or you're in a different shirt, and then that'll cause a little bit of a jarring experience for the viewer. So you want to go into this part prepared. This doesn't have to be complicated. You can just record a simple call to action. Like, I break this whole thing down in the video that's linked to this one, click on it and I'll give you the whole story, or some derivative of that. So think about it like this. Shorts are like a flyer to get into your store. You want to go hand them out to as many people as you can, and a small percentage of them will come into the store and check out for more. But if you're just standing out there on the street waving a sign saying come in, and you don't direct people to where they should go, you're not going to get any bites. Are you making these mistakes in your shorts? Let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know, are there other things that I'm not considering, or maybe other things that we should try in this community to get our shorts to perform better and do more of the heavy lifting for us beyond just getting vanity views? You really want to make sure you master the art of storytelling in your shorts as well. It's just as important as in your long form. You're packaging these micro stories. I have a 3-part video storytelling framework that I use in all my videos, long or short. If you want to know more about that and apply it to your own videos, click here and watch that video next.